what's going on? I'm here today to talk about why the small things matter and make a difference in your life. And some examples of this, it may be giving someone a ride that asks for it, or maybe you offering a ride, or maybe posting a picture for a photographer, whether it's online, on social media, or outside in cities or the suburbs. And whether it's, your next music video or your next song and you release it, and whether it gets no coverage or not, or barely any recognition, what matters is that you're trying and you're putting effort into it, because that's something not somebody else is doing, and that's going to contribute to you to get your foot in the door for the long run. Making an effort and a step, no matter how small it is, matters, and it's going to contribute to you. And this is why the small things matter. Karma, a lot of people got a misconception of it, though some of it is true, but it's just about, when you give out to the world, it gives back. And this is kind of the law of attraction, and attracting abundance. And also it feels good, and that will raise your spirits / vibration. And giving will also in return give you energy. You'll need less oxygen, though you probably don't focus on it that much. Less air. You'll maybe need to eat less, less rest, and even drink less. You'll gain more energy. Once you put energy out into the world, you receive it back. And a lot of people don't notice this, and this is a good step to recognize, because once you become aware of it, then you got to the first step where you're getting energy in, and now I can receive more like this without having to go to necessarily external resources. You can literally generate energy from inside. That's not to say you don't need to eat food at all, and you don't need to breathe or drink water, but you could consume less, and that's optional too. It's all about how you feel. And again, this karma thing makes a big effect. One man stands up, and we can talk in particular about somebody, Hitler, whether there's people behind him or not, which obviously there was. It wasn't just up to him, but let's just say, they even put a face on him or whatever. He took the stance. Of course, like I said, there is probably people behind him, but he made something happen, and it was just himself. And whether it was good or bad, that's not what we're talking about. It was his intent to do whatever he wanted to do, because that's what we're talking about, the small step that matters for you to accomplish bigger things, to get your foot in the door, and it gets the ball rolling, and it's a domino effect. You deliver one pizza, then you might get a good tip. Then you deliver another pizza, and you might meet somebody that gives you a better job, or somebody that's interested in something you're doing, that makes music, or that has a conversation that leads you to travel somewhere, and you live a whole different life, whole different culture, and then thus lifestyle. And that's the grand part about it, because taking the small steps is what needs to be taken. And they don't seem like, everyone's always focused on the big shot, the performance, but it takes a lot of practice to get there, and knowing things. You don't just get there. And that's why you should recognize these small steps. And again, karma will always come back to you. And you don't even have to believe in karma, but like I said, it's a snowball effect or domino effect, and this energy will always come back to you. And if you ever notice this, like if maybe you're going on a walk, or you're helping somebody working out, or just focus the whole day, and maybe you didn't think about eating, and you'll notice you know, you'll have more energy. And I know this from experience. I've done it a bunch of times. And it doesn't mean you have to stop eating. It doesn't mean you don't have to eat. all that's fine. Just taking awareness and recognizing, like, wow, I'm not even hungry and I did all this and I could do more. And when you do good deeds for others, or whatever you think and believe is good, as you can see and recognize that right there, register in your mind, that's going to put an act on you just to raise your spirits and make you feel good. And whatever you believe in, it can be completely bad and you not know this, or someone else thinks it's bad, but you know what I mean? It still has a positive impact on the person that's helping and around the world. You know, the small things do matter. They really do. And a lot of people who sit down and really take an awareness and maybe meditate, you could say, or people who do yoga, become aware of this and they realize these small particular things, they actually do matter. The small steps, you know, that's how you build momentum in the things. And there's so many examples of this, and I just named a few. But it's whatever makes you feel good. You should do what energizes you and gives you energy, because that's what life is, energy at the core. And how do you want to spend it? You need to recognize that too. So every step counts. Don't think it doesn't. And of course, when you're walking, and especially like I'm doing now, I'm taking small steps, and yeah, I'm not recognizing every step, but it's about a plan. You know, it could be simple as making a call to something you have to do, and you know, you feel good about anything that you feel like you have to do, and when you do it and, you know, put that foot in the door and you commit, you always feel better about it. And it's the same thing, you know, whether it's a call, whether it's having a conversation with somebody, going to do a workout. Sorry for the super loud helicopter. And yeah, sorry about that. And yeah, so sorry about that. I got a text message and there was a helicopter, but the text message actually said something kind of important. Left the lights on in my truck, but we'll get to that. And you know, no one's perfect. You're gonna have to make these steps and mistakes to learn, and learning is pretty much mistaking or just practicing. Whether you want to look at it mistakes or learning, you know, to keep doing an act and trying different things, because life is an experience, is what gonna bring you into this reality and experience the different things. Just think how you'll cultivate your mind having different integrities and different feelings about things and people and about your own self and all the different experiences you gather. Now, someone, and the word for this would be ingenuity, someone could build houses their whole life, and he did that pretty much every day, and I'm sure maybe he's a master. But the other person went around the world and he's seen how he didn't build houses every day like the other person did, but he's seen how everybody built houses differently, and he did learn a little bit, but he didn't do it every day. But he's seen how different people use different architecture and different ways of building, and different styles, of course, and different materials, again, with different cultures among it, all over the world. Now, who do you think is going to have more like ingenuity when it comes to it? Who's going to be more diverse? Who's going to have more ideas and be creative? And it's just as simple as that. You know, be open to explore and experience. You don't necessarily have to do things you don't want to do, but if there's something that's an obstacle that's in your way of doing something, get it done. Get over it. Make sure you do it, whatever it is. And, you know, put that foot in the door. Because, you know, you never just get to the top of the mountain. You have to make steps to get there. You just don't teleport there, and that's how it is. And even if you could teleport there, you shouldn't do that, because it's not right, because there's an experience, and it's one you have to feel throughout your body. And that's the point of life, is feeling and experiencing. So take that step that you need to do, because this step could lead you on stage where you want to be, or what career, job, or path you want to take in life. This could be your next one. Just make sure you plan it out, and make sure it's something you really want to do. But plan it out and then make the step. Don't hesitate, and keep hesitating. When you're ready, make sure you make that step, but don't wait forever, because there's no such thing as time. But to do it now is better than never, and it's better to do something than to do nothing. So take that small step, whatever it is. It could be eating healthier, going to sleep earlier, applying or going somewhere for travel, or visiting a different place, getting a different job, applying for applications, whatever it is, whatever you want to do, you have that thought and feeling for a reason, so go do it. There's a lot of people in the world. Wow, my fucking shoulder just feels out of fucking place. Sorry for the swearing. And there's a lot of people not doing it. They have wants, they have ideas, whether it's materialistic or spiritual, whatever. They're just not putting forth the effort. They're not contributing. And once you put stuff into the world, whatever it is, it doesn't even got to be with people. It can be with nature. You'll have a ripple effect, and it will come back to you, and you'll feel good. You'll get spurts of energy or inspiration, and that just leads into other things. Once you get creative, you kind of roll on a ball of creativeness, and you just keep rolling. That's how it is. And anybody, and I know this for a fact too, once I start doing something, you're attracting yourself, and you're building yourself to stimulate that activity, and gradually do it more, or come accustomed to doing it. And this goes with exercise, muscle memory. Yeah, there's a thing called muscle memory, and there's a thing called regular memory, which is in the head. But all this is memory that muscle memory is probably the easiest one to understand, because it's always there. Once you do something, playing basketball, it's always there. Lifting, or doing a certain workout, or lifting, it's always there. Typing on a computer, always there. You may get rusty, but your body still remembers it. It's packed in memory. And there's emotional memory, and then there's mental memory, and there's other memories too. But you build this into yourself. Whatever you're going to stimulate in the world, whatever it is, whatever you contribute to, you're naturally a creature of habitat, going to want to do it again. If it's sex, you're going to want more sex. You're always going to want more, because that's how the desire is of the human. If you want love, you're always going to want more love. Of course, you got to love yourself and be fine with yourself and in tune, and once you become satisfied with yourself, then everything in the world is dandy. You won't have any problems, and that should make sense right there. If you're fine and satisfied with yourself, what's going on in the world, you should be happy and blissful and loving, enjoying life to the momentum. Even if you aren't in a situation, that's why you're working your small steps in the point of video to get you there. And there's so many ways to go about it, and so many different things to do, but make sure you go about it how you want to do it, and do what you want to do, not what other people are doing, or what other people are telling you to do. Again, we're a creature of habit. We like to do things habitually, and this is good and bad, and you got to be aware of it first, and then you got to use the momentum in your direction. What is it that you want to practice every day? If it's not serving you or helping you, if you don't want to do it every day, then why are you doing it? And you should enjoy what you're doing, and you should feel good about it too, and just feel good in general. And just make sure, if it's going to be in your everyday routine, you know, once you do so, it's all right to explore and break routines. Some people don't need routines and don't want routines. Some people need routines that don't follow any, and some people follow routines too strictly and they need to loosen up. And you gotta find your balance, the Libra, which I am. But I'm not the balanced at all. So I don't know if people hold to that or if it's just a cliche. But just know when you do something, you're just gonna keep doing it. Like, I know when I painted pictures, I just want to keep painting pictures and painting pictures, and whether I like it or not, you know, my body just comes accustomed to it. Even if I do it one time, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not necessarily addiction. I know you've heard people smoke cigarettes, but and they get addicted, you know, but that's just them. Not really gonna get addicted to smoking a cigarette the first time, but you could maybe necessarily enjoy it and it become habitual. Anything you do is gonna come into your lifestyle, and it's nothing wrong to explore and try different things, you know. Maybe search what you're getting into, maybe develop an interest. A lot of people get into things they have no clue about, and they end up loving it. That's usually how it is, or they have a calling suddenly in life. And there's few people who follow through, had a vision or had an idea or something they wanted to be, and they went and did it. Few people do that. But, you know, and like I said, there's the other ways I just mentioned. And then there's a lot of people who don't do nothing, so they don't inspire to do anything, or they do inspire something and they're not working towards it, or they don't just go do it. They don't follow through. So follow through with the small step. And everything you do, you connect to, and you're gonna develop a habit out of it. So this is a lifestyle. How do you want to live your life? Just think of that. How is it gonna fit into you? Is it gonna be something that you enjoy? Is working at a desk? If let's say you work at a desk and somehow, you know, you like it, which that's nothing wrong or bad, or vice versa. But the point is here is that what you want to do? You can't sit at a desk if you want to fucking run around all day. I keep swearing, I don't know why. You can't sit at a desk if you want to run around all day. It's just not gonna, you know, if you're somebody who's, and that's not to say, you know, somebody who's a sloth needs to run all day. It's what you like to do. You know, there's no reason an athlete who has so much energy should be going to do base their day or their lifestyle, you know, doing slow things that don't involve any activity or physical stuff. But they have all this energy. They're meant to do things. Of course, it's what they want to do at the end of the day, but it's also, the body has needs too. So you got to follow through with that. And just make sure you follow through and do that first step, whatever it is. And a really good example is this is me making this video. This video is going to collateral in other videos. This could be my last video, but this is going to inspire other people to make videos or go do whatever they need to do. Inspire them to do something, and it's going to inspire me, and then there's going to be a ripple effect. I may meet someone in real life, or someone may comment on this to make me feel good. That's not going to make my day. Someone may give me another idea, or this video may do that. And again, it's not going to be the end of the world for me, even if some people hate. It's just going to be what it is and how I want to take it. And as long as you're fine with yourself and you communicate within and you feel good about what you do and within yourself, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what other people are saying and trying to tell you and convince you. Forget all that and what the media says and social media. Just worry about yourself. Because everything comes from within. And like I said, about the paintings, I kept wanting to do it. Making music, I kept wanting to do it. Working out, I kept wanting to do it. Whether it was up and I was stimulating the thoughts in my head or not, it was more so my body and just my whole energy, because there's energies beyond the actual physical body. It's energy on the air, that spiritual energy, but the universal energy per se. Once you develop in that circle, the cycle, and it's inviting and it's envying in a way, and it keeps wanting to repeat itself, which is the life cycle. So you get caught up in something, but recognize what you're doing and why you're doing it, and question everything. It's positive. I'm gonna end the video there though. Thanks for tuning in.